Hello, good evening to you all. Today is our day 16 of this 3-month data analytics bootcamp. Like I said, this bootcamp will last for about 3 months, and today is our day 16. So, like always, we start by showing our outlines. That is what we are to cover for the day. So, today we'll have a recap on day 15, and then we'll talk about some ifs, and some product. Then we'll have question and answer, conclusion, and then we call it a day. So if you can recall, yesterday we discussed about counts, count A, count blank, count if, and also count ifs. That's what we did yesterday, and I show you the example and how to use all the functions. So today we are going to talk about some if, some ifs, and some product. We use some if to count or to sum a particular values based on criteria. We use it to sum particular values based on criteria. While for the sum ifs, we use sum ifs based on multiple criteria. That is to sum particular values based on multiple criteria. For the sum product is used normally to save your time because we use sum product to know the total summation of two columns of data. One maybe is we want to multiply one with the other and get the answer. Like for example, one is for unit price, the other is for quantity price. So we want to know the total sum of everything. So instead of us to take the long road of doing this unit multiplied by this unit price multiplied by quantity to get the total and do it across all the data, and then we sum everything to get the total, sum product is there to save your time for that. So let's have let me show my Excel. Let me hover over it so that we can start the practical of this. So let's start with the count if. Like I did yesterday, let me write the functions here also. So let me say count if, let's say count ifs, and then some products. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, I say some if. It should be some if, I'm sorry, some ifs, and then some product. That's what we are covering. So, like I said, okay, let's come here. Okay. Okay, let me just copy this and paste it here. And let me copy another two of them. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just changing the format so that we'll know it's a currency. Okay, so let me delete this. I don't need it. Okay, so now what we are going to do, the first thing, like I said, for the sum if is for us to sum based on single criteria. So like I said before, we want to know the total salary of the people that are from Lagos. Out of this, that's what we want to know. So to do that, we are going to say equals to sum if open bracket. Then we highlight the range. That means the states that we want. So then we need to highlight the range of the states. And then after highlighting the range of the state, then we put the criteria we are after. We want Lagos. Then we close the quotation. So now when you do this, it's like what we did in count if. You all know what we did in count if. We highlight this, we put the criteria. Now the second thing after these two things is for you to highlight the range where the amount is that you want to pick one by one for Lagos. So we need to do it like this. Then we close bracket. This is the amount where the amounts are. This is the data. Then we press enter. So by default, it will bring this to us. So it will bring this to us, which is 92,547, the total salary of people from Lagos. So let's confirm that. So we have Lagos here. We also have Lagos here. So this is the only two Lagos we have. So we have this 81 and we also have this 10. So if you put this 81 and 10, it will definitely give you 92 1,547. That's what we got. So this save you the time of going through it to make sure this is that. It save you that. If I change this canoe to Lagos, for example, the amount of money will definitely increase because this Lagos that we added is 49,000. If you add 49 plus 81 plus this 10,000, it will definitely give you this amount that we got. So this is how you apply the sum if for you to sum based on a particular criteria, single criteria. The next thing is sum ifs. So sum ifs, we use multiple criteria for summation. We use multiple criteria. For now, let's say we want to get the total sum of the salary of staffs that are females from Sokoto State. So female staffs from Sokoto State, we want to know the total salary that we are paying them. So we're going to say equals to sum IPS with S. Then the first thing we are going to do now is to sum the range of the sum. That is to highlight the range of the sum, where the money is, where we want to where our summation falls in, not the criteria, only the numbers. That's the first thing we are going to highlight. So if you look at it for the sum if, we started with the range and the criteria, while for the sum ifs, we need to start with what? We need to start with the sum instead of the range and criteria. So after the sum, then we put comma, then we take the first criteria. So we want it to be a female staff. So let's highlight it. So we are looking for female, comma, and we put the criteria female. Then we close the quotation. The next thing is to go to the second criteria, which is states, comma. What are we looking for? We are looking for Sokoto. Then we close bracket. If there is another criteria also, then we continue highlighting until we are done. Then we press enter. So when you press enter, we are going to get only 7,155 at the sum salary of all the female staffs from Sokoto State. Salary of all the female staffs from Sokoto State. This is what it got us. So if you look at it, maybe we have Sokoto here, but it's a male. Maybe we have another Sokoto, but all the Sokoto that are females, this is what we got. Only 7,115, 155. And this is the person. So if I change this Lagos to Sokoto, the amount will increase to 57,000 because we have 7,000 here and we have 49,000 here. It will give us 57,079. So this is what this sum ifs did for you. Please understand this. For the sum if, we use only single criteria. For the sum ifs, we use multiple, more than two. Even if it is 200 criteria is given to you, that's what you will use to sum something. So, like I said yesterday, the importance of this formula, the function that we treated yesterday and today, the count if, sum ifs, count blank, and count a. All these functions are very, very essential for you to understand them. These are the functions that you will be asked in a lot of interviews and in a lot, and that you will be using even in your work for people to know whether you know what you are doing or not. It's not all about using maybe pivot table or something like that. This is the skill, and this is the skill you're supposed to have. This is what you need to know how things can be done or how you can work with a lot of things. So work with this and practice this count ifs, count that. Please practice them because you are going to see most of your this week assignment is going to look more complex using this count if, some ifs, count some ifs, and some if. You're going to work with them a lot. So please understand this very, very well because they are very important. And is to teach you know how to write functions and a lot of complex functions in Excel. The next thing we are going to talk about today is we are going to talk about the next thing is sum product. I told you for the sum product is like yeah, what did I say? I said that we use sum product for us to multiply two columns. Like I said, for example, we can have a product quantity, And then we can also have the price of the product. So based on the quantity, then we need to know, based on the quantity and based on the price unit, we need to know the total of money generated. This is something that a lot of business, you use them in most of the business analysis when you are conducting that. So, but let me create something. I'm turning this data to, let's call it a unit price. Don't worry, just for the purpose of this explanation. Here I'll call it quantity. So I'll just create something like this. Don't worry, it's just, this is much. Okay, these are the quantity that we have. That means this is the quantity and this is the unit price. So if you want to know the total of all the cells that we have here, if we want to know the sum, based on the data we gave you, what we are going to do is we need to say this, that is this multiplied by this, then we get this. This multiplied by this, we get this. After we get that, then we sum everything under here. That what will give us the total of everything here. That's the traditional way of doing this. But that's the traditional way of doing this. But some products say that no, that's not how you are going to do it. I'll show you a very easier way to do it. So for you to do it, you are going to say some products. First thing is to highlight the first array of the data. So I will highlight this. That's the first array of the data that I'm highlighting. I'm highlighting the first array of the data. The second thing is to put comma. Then I will highlight the second array of the data. That is the one that I want to multiply. Then I will highlight this. So what this means, or what this is saying to this function, is that it's telling this function that, okay, look, what I want you to do is I want you to multiply this 3 by this amount and put the answer aside. Multiply this and this, also put the answer aside. All this, finish everything and then give me the total. That what this sum will do for you. It will save a lot of time. It will save your time. So just close your bracket and press enter. It gives you 3,710,032. So this is how you get this total. Let me show you what we just did with this sum product by just highlighting two columns. Let me show you what we did. What we just did is, let's say, equals to this multiply by this. You see, this is it. I got this first, then I'll double click it here. So now what I'm going to do is to sum this. I say sum all this, close bracket and press enter, and it gives us this same result. 3,710,032. You see, this is the same. We have this and we have. So instead of us to do all this to create another column, we don't need to create any column. All we need is to just sum products, open bracket, just highlight the first one, put comma, then highlight the second one, then press enter, and it will definitely give you the result exactly. So you don't need to create new column to put this and that and to sum it together. All that you were saved by some product, and some product will do that for you. So this is it. This is what we are going to cover today. So if you have any question, go ahead and ask your question. If you don't, then this is where we are going to call it a D. So some ifs, like I explained, if you understand some if, like you asked that question before yesterday, you even asked me a question related to this. You asked me a question about count ifs. So if you understand count ifs, that's exactly how some ifs works also. So it's only the only difference between the two is that some count ifs count for you while some ifs some for you. That's the only difference between them. And for the some if you understand some if, count ifs will not confuse you, because the only difference between them is in count ifs we started with the range of the summation, where the amount is that we want to sum, or where the values are that we want to sum. Not only amount, sometimes it can be value. So sometimes it's not only the amount of money, it can be a score, it can be a quantity, it can be something else. Yeah. Yeah, we'll share your result, inshallah, tonight or tomorrow. You will see it. You will see it. All your scores will see, we'll drop it. I think they haven't shared your score for week one also. So we'll share it with you. And I'm very sorry for that. We'll share it with you, inshallah. So I'm sorry for that. You'll see your result, inshallah. You'll see your result. You'll see it. And even the solution of the assignment, we'll try our best to see that the solution of the assignment is also solved for you by, maybe it will be solved. Maybe we'll share the video for you to watch to learn how to do that. Because before I used to do that, before I have previous boot camps, I used to solve the assignment for them the next day. So it's because of you that didn't, you refused to send the assignment on the next day. Because the first day of the week, that's the day when we solved the assignment. But in your case, you didn't send your assignment even after the uh beginning of the first week. So that why I just say let me ignore that, and I didn't even plan for it. So we could have been solving all the assignment together after that. But it's okay, I'll ask him to do that for you, then that it will work. Okay, this is this. Don't screenshot this formula, please. Understand how it works. I don't want you to be screenshotting. Yeah, but yeah, you can do. But this is with the sum ifs. When you put sum ifs open bracket, you highlight the range where you want to, where the values that you want to sum are. Stop screenshotting anything. Understand this and write it in your own language to understand more. Don't use any of my this that I'm giving you. Don't use all these examples as your maybe what you are going to work with and something like that. So when you solve what I solve, you just start laughing that you know it. No, that's not what I want. Understand how it works. Then try your best to create your own data or use any data and practice. That's how it works. That's why we gave you different data, that what I'm saying there is different from what you are going to work with there. So please, yeah, don't use this example that I'm giving you. Just use anything, but understand how these functions work. Memorize that. So when you write it in your own language, even in any language that you want and in any way, then you understand, you read it well, you understand how it works, then think deeply how you can use this function with other. This is one thing that, yeah, in the next, some of the, before we round up Excel, we'll reach a stage where we'll start working with how to put two or more um, functions together. But it's something that is going to be part of your assignment this week. I'm sorry, it's even part of your assignment. You are going to concatenate different functions together. You're going to put them together to create one single result. So it's on you to please keep practicing that, please. Yeah. So thank you so much. In the absence of any question, I think this is where we're going to draw the curtain and call it a day. So see you tomorrow and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.